Welcome to the Moms I Know with Sheila Walsh-Denton and Maria Anderson-Farner. Two moms on a mission to reclaim childhood and take you from surviving to thriving on your parenting journey.
Welcome to the Moms I Know. This is Sheila.
And this is Maria.
And today we're going to give you an update. Today's episode really marks about 6 months worth of podcasts. You know, we have, I think, 26 episodes that we are so proud of. And in those episodes, you know, we have really explored the many areas of motherhood and how to raise consciousness with raising children. We chose to do our podcast to share our own experience, you know, to definitely say we are not perfect, to definitely say we are constantly learning and it's a practice, but yet to also recognize that we've been there, we've done this, we have some really good ideas. And, you know, in these past 6 months, we have each been working on our podcast, but we also individually have done our own programs. And so in this episode, we really kind of want to share with you our individual programs that are both launching in 2019. Maria, do you want to get started with your program?
I'm so excited about this program because the podcast has really been this gift that we've been giving and that we've been working on. And I've been having so much fun working with you. And I think that what really comes up is this fact that we don't have all the answers. We have different styles, we have different ideas, and there's so many different ways of parenting out there. But we have the ability to listen to people. We have the ability to go within and look at, you know, what is conscious parenting? What is parenting from a place of fullness? And the more I work with families, the more I realize that we're all dealing with our own generational stuff. And so we all have things that we're working through. And so I look at parenting as kind of this healing journey. And so I'm really excited. I've been working with a group of moms over the past 4 months and really have pulled this program into form. And so in February of 2019, I will be launching a 4-month program, and it is for mothers, and it will be a weekly live Zoom recording where we can come together. So it's like a little online moms group, and we'll be talking about a myriad of topics. I have like 10 sort of essentials of family living. And so we'll be going over those each week. We'll be meeting 3 times a month, and I'm just really having so much fun working with these beautiful mamas, and we're listening to each other. We're giving each other ideas. I'm sharing from my experience. They're sharing from theirs. And it's a support for people. Within that context, there will also be a monthly support call individually. So basically it's mama mentoring online. I love the idea that we each have our own village locally, and we have our mama group that we're meeting with. But I think sometimes we need that additional support because so many of us are parenting in isolation, or we're parenting in ways that just need more. It's hard work, parenting. And so I'm so thrilled to be able to offer this. And so we want all of our podcast listeners to be aware of these programs and to be able to offer you this opportunity to work more deeply with either of us. So I will have much more information about that at my website, SoCalEssentials.com, and that will be launching soon.
What is the name of your program?
Parenting with Intention and Joy.
Oh, I love that, Maria. The joy piece is really good. And then can you tell me a little bit about the future of family?
So the Future of Family is sort of the overarching program. It's the title of the book that I'm working on. So there's a lot of material from the podcast. There's a lot of material that's been coming out of the program. So the book will be The Future of Family. And it's basically sort of parenting as a healing journey. That's going to be, a little bit of the subtitle. And so looking at how do we, as we're raising our children, how do we look at all of the things that trigger us, the things that we do well, the things that are hard for us, where we need to strengthen our own sort of sense of self and our own will to be able to parent from this place, like I said, of fullness. And so I have all of these little aspects of it that are coming together. So it's really been lovely to be gaining so many insights from you, from all of the moms that I'm working with. I'm really going back to my own childhood. And that's one of the things that I've realized is that I remember my childhood so vividly. And I feel as if I can look at things through those, the children's eyes and be aware of how every choice that we make really impacts who they are, and that we can do that with positivity, we can do that with intention, and hopefully we can do that with a great deal of joy, because there's nothing so rewarding as raising a family. And I also know it's also incredibly challenging.
That's wonderful, Maria.
Yeah,
I'm so proud of you and so happy to be by your side in this podcast and really see you grow. You know, you were my children's teacher, and seeing where you're going right now, you know, this is what you're meant to be. And I was going to say, like, I'm no longer upset with you leaving the classroom and not being a teacher. I'm trying to say that nicely.
Yeah, no, it was a huge decision. And, you know, I had to make that decision to leave the classroom for my own family. And my daughter was dealing with some health issues. My mother is getting older. And so I had to look at that. And also it was so hard to leave the classroom. It was so hard to leave all of these families that I love and that I've worked with over several decades. And yet what I've come to realize is that we can reach so many more people with this podcast and with our different programs. And so really being aware of the greater impact, because when we work in our own communities, that's so important. And we're both doing that locally, but we also have to branch out. And I think that the world right now really needs committed women. I mean, you know, the Dalai Lama has said it's the Western woman who's going to change the world. And so I think stepping out of our comfort zones, this hasn't been easy. It hasn't been a seamless journey. And, you know, sometimes on the podcast, it sounds like we're just having a great time. We're having fun. And, you know, we are. And yet it's taken a lot of strength, I think, for both of us to step outside of that comfortable, you know, the classroom niche that I was in for so long and do this. But you also, it's been so much fun to watch you create your own online program, and the skill that you bring to, and the knowledge that you bring to this whole nutrition piece and the homeschooling piece. And so I'm really excited to see what you've created as well. So your turn.
Wow, what a segue. Thank you. But I really quickly just want to say thank you for what you're doing, Maria, because I do see you serving more people and getting your message out there. And you are, after meeting you when my children were, when my son was 5 years old, and knowing that you would be his teacher made me realize that we were in the right place. So I just feel like everybody, you know, that I'm just so glad that your voice is getting out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the mom map, and the mom map, I created this past year, and it's a program. It was a one-on-one coaching program, kind of one-on-one / group coaching. And it's evolving into a membership program. I feel as though the membership program is going to be where you'll still have access to me. You will still be, I will still be doing live calls, monthly live calls, but a lot of the information will be there, because what I have found with being a busy mom is that sometimes I don't always have time for the calls, and I don't get to the recordings. But this place is like where I'm going to give you toolkits that have to tell you about nutrition. I'm going to give you toolkits of how to make the salves and the herbal tinctures to help your children get well. I want to tell you, will be toolkits on family culture, ways to build family culture. You know, how do you build tradition? How do you build family customs? Because I really believe that family culture piece is, and I've shared this, is that secret sauce that when they get to be teenagers, which I can now see with my own teenagers, that it matters. It matters that you talked about those things and did those things when they were smaller. And then the last piece of the toolkits is the homeschooling education piece. You know, now that I'm back at doing, I don't know if everybody knows, but I'm doing a job that Maria did, not different location, different charter school, but I'm a homeschool charter school teacher. And so that is allowing me to directly work with families and to really see that what is it they need? Where do they need support? And I believe families need support with nutrition and wellness. They need support with knowing that it's okay to make those choices to, I don't want to say quote unquote, save their family, you know, because they don't have to go with the popular culture of Fortnite and the, you know, video games and everything like that. Like they can really design their own family. And if that means no TV, no video games, you know, that's how you're going to save your family in a way. And then there's the homeschooling education piece where I was a classroom teacher. I was a homeschool teacher. My children are now all in public schools and charter schools. So I feel like that gives me a really good foundation to share my educational, my educational wisdom. The Mom Map, I just want it to be a resource page. I want it to be a vibrant community, that is bolstered by what Maria and I talk about in the podcast. And that has given me so much, so much joy, Maria, in working with you and talking with you with these conversations. I feel like our work is meaningful. And what are we trying to do? We're really trying to raise the consciousness of moms, of parenting, so that our children will be important and know that they are important and of value, so that they will contribute and that our society, it'll be societal.
Mm-hmm. So important. I just love hearing this, and I love seeing, just the courses of study that you've pursued over these past, 15 years now, and really gained such wisdom, such depth, such strength in yourself to know that you're coming from this place where you are sharing with your children what really matters in life. So I'm so excited. I've loved checking out the Mom Map and all of the components. I feel as if I've benefited from all of your knowledge so greatly. And I feel as if, we've learned from each other, and it has benefited each of us individually as well as our entire families, and love the friendship as well. So it's exciting for us to be able to offer these.
Yeah, I really feel like they stand on their own. It's just, we're two different filters, and it's just like we have a very similar message, and yet we're also very different, and that's the beauty in it,
Yeah. Well, we're also a slightly different generation, not quite. We're kind of like in that in between. And so, representing the mama perspective as well as the grandmother perspective now, so we have both of those, and you have teenagers and I have the grown children with the grandchildren now coming. So I think we both have so much to offer, and, they're complementary, but we also want to just assure that our podcast listeners that we're going to continue the podcast. This is just such fun to do, and we just love being able to reach out and have these conversations. So the podcast will be continuing on into 2019. Our individual programs are going to be there for you to take advantage of, and we want to offer our listeners, a special offer. So you can check at our sites, and please let us know if you're interested, and let us know that you've been listening to our podcast.
Yeah, totally. There will be on the momsiknow.com website, there will be a place for programs. And so you can say which program you're interested in. You can be interested in both programs. That we would love that too. Knowing that this is who we are. Right.
But both of these programs really are offering support. This parenting journey, we know you might be feeling isolated, or you might be struggling with different decisions, or you might be stressed. You might be having questions that you don't quite know where to turn. So we can help with all of these things that you're dealing with right now. And we can help you deepen that connection to your children, but to yourself first, and to your children, to your significant other, to your extended family, to really help create this family culture that we've been talking about. So we're excited to share more with you as we're coming to the end of 2018, and wishing you all the best at this special time of year.
Yeah, definitely. And we want to, if you have any show ideas, if you have any questions, please feel free to let us know. We would love reviews on iTunes, and, just keep sharing this, because we love hearing people from different states telling us that they're hearing this, and that we're making a difference. That's the reason why we're here.
And we call it the Moms I Know, because it's about the moms that we know. We want you to share it with the moms that you know. So until next time, we'll see you soon.
All right. Bye.
Thanks for joining us today for the Moms I Know. To learn more about Sheila and her online program, The Mom Map, visit purplebeetnutrition.com. For Maria's monthly blog and to learn more about her group programs and retreats, visit soquelessentials.com. That's SOQUEL essentials.com. We hope you enjoyed today's episode of The Moms I Know. Until next week, have a joyful family journey.